lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie, where I love to talk all things makeup. In this video, I am going to be covering a beginner-friendly eyeshadow look that shows you how to master using your brushes and for the right techniques and placement of eyeshadow and how to do it with those brushes. I'm going to be using my Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. Eyeshadow comes in many different forms. You have matte colors, you have shimmer colors, and you have a little bit chunkier glitter kind of colors. And all of these do different things. They're gonna give different looks. I have lots of videos showing how I use a lot of different eyeshadows. If you go ahead down in the description box, I've got them all linked there. When it comes to applying eyeshadow, we always want to start with a big fluffy blending brush. See how this one is just very fluffy, the bristles are long here, and it's going to disperse the product and blend it for me. I'm going to come in with the color Mesh. This is going to be my transition shade. So first dip that brush in there and then tap off the excess. And for hooded eyes, what I want to do is look straight ahead. And then I'm going to use windshield wiper motions above my crease, okay? I'm also not starting way out here where the corner of my eye begins. I'm actually coming in a little bit more because I don't want to drag this eyeshadow down. If I drag it down, it will drag my eyes down, make them look droopy, and make them look tired. I want to look awake and alert. And we do this by starting in from the corner of our eye above the crease so that I can give myself more lid space. First I came in and I put that eyeshadow in my crease, and now I am placing my brush at an angle facing towards my face, again, because if I were to start right here and out, I would drag that eyeshadow down, making me look tired. So I'm going to bring my brush across my face, and again, in from the corner of my eye, and using tapping motions to apply that transition shade eyeshadow. And there we have already the beginnings of a look. Come in and do the other side. Windshield wiper motions. And then across my face and tap, tap, tap in this outer corner of my eye, but making sure to stay in on the outer corner of my eye, not coming all the way up to the corner of my eye. I'm next going to come in with a smaller fluffy blending brush. This one, the bristles are still long, but it is much smaller compared to the other blending brush that I had. And it's still fluffy. I want to keep it fluffy so that it will blend the colors for me. Next, I'm going to come in with Tender. I'm going to again put that on the end of my brush there, tap off the excess, and then look straight forward. And again, I'm going to come in from the corner of my eye and tap it where we put that other shade in the corner of my eye. I'm going to help deepen this up. Now we're going to come in with a brush called a pencil brush. Because if you were writing at school, you've got your pencil part, and then this is the graphite part that you're writing on, right? So it kind of looks like a pencil. That's why it's called a pencil brush. It's much smaller, and it's going to get an even more targeted area for this look. I'm going to come in with the color Silhouette. I'm going from lightest to darkest. That's going to give me the most even blend. So again, I'm placing my brush almost as if I was kind of doing from the tip of my eyebrow to my nose, and putting this in the outer corner of my eye here again, and using tapping motions to place that color. It's gonna look kind of crazy, but this is where we need to trust the process, because first we need to lay down that color and then we'll come back and we'll blend it. I've got that color placed where I want it. I'm gonna come back in with that small fluffy blending brush. I haven't put anything on it, and I'm gonna use very small circular motions to blend this together. Now I'm gonna come in with a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pick up this color called Whisper, and this is a shimmer shade. I'm going to swipe my brush in that shade so that I get it on my brush. And then tap off any excess that there was. And for this one, I'm going to go parallel with my jaw and with the floor with my brush, and I'm going to sweep it all over my mobile lid. And because I do have hooded eyes, I'm going to come above my crease, and then I'm going to lightly tap where it meets the dark. And the last color I'm going to use is called Mia, and I'm going to use the other side of this brush in the same motion that we did with Whisper, swiping my brush, tapping off the excess, and for this I'm going to put in the corner of my eye. So I'm going to come at a down angle, having my brush facing down towards my nose, putting that right in the corner of my eye, and then pulling up and out. Next, I'm going to come at this diagonal angle and then sweep down just a little bit so that it wraps around that corner of my eye. So first, diagonal with the brush facing down, corner of my eye, and then sweep up towards that other eyeshadow. Dip in again, diagonal with the brush facing up towards the corner of your eye, and then sweep around that corner of your eye. To finish up this look, I'm going to take that pencil brush again, very, very, very lightly dip into that brown. So kind of like you're going to come straight on towards your eye and then angle it up. And then sweep under this outer part of your eye. And now you have this very well put together, beautiful eyeshadow. And it was all based on how we used our brushes. If you also noticed, I held the end part of my brush when I was blending or when I was applying anything, because I want to go in with a light hand. If I were to have my hand down here at the end towards the bristles, I'm not going to get a very good blend. I'm also going to be smashing my brush into my face and ruining my brush, rather than keeping it this very nice tapered brush here. And it puts too much pressure, and it also applies too much color all at once if I hold my brush at the end closer to the bristles. So I want to hold it at the opposite end with my hand furthest away from the bristles so that I can have more control. You would think that this gives you the most control, but it doesn't actually. This gives you the most control, where you know exactly where that brush is going to go around your eyes. You know, whether you're sweeping it up, sweeping it over, blending in little circles, blending in windshield wipers, or pulling it across your lid. I hope that you enjoyed. And there you have the completed eye look with mascara. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you were able to take something away from it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and especially subscribe so that I can keep creating more awesome content like this for you guys. Make sure that you go ahead and watch this video about all of the eye brushes that you really need as a beginner, and I'll see you in the next one.